like a simple and free way to enhance your hair's health? Well, it turns out scalp massage might just do that for you. Hi, I'm Kaylee, your friendly neighborhood hairstylist, and today we're gonna talk about scalp massage. I got a little brain worm a couple months ago and I started doing a deep dive on researching what scalp massage can and cannot do. We're gonna talk about it and trying different techniques in my routine, and I've gotta say, I am now hooked. So I'm gonna talk you guys through all the things that I learned, and I'm also gonna give you guys some quick little massage routines that you can do to really enhance the health of your hair and scalp. Let's get into it. We're gonna start with talking about whether or not scalp massage can help with hair growth, because I unfortunately have to do a tiny bit of myth busting. If you Google benefits of scalp massage, one of the first things that's gonna pop up is that it helps with hair growth. You'll see these crazy before and after images, and it's like, this golden ticket is here for you to grow your hair. And that may or may not be completely true. So here's what we know when it comes to scalp massage for hair growth. There are some studies, and there are some cool things that the studies found. However, the methodology and group sizes of them leaves a lot to be desired. The first study I have here does note that scalp massage does increase blood flow to the scalp, and then it finishes by saying, somebody should look and see if that means that your hair would grow more because of it. That's the first one. The second one does have some cool before and afters and some promising results for hair growth from scalp massage. However, their methodologies actually made me angry. They basically sent this video of how to do a scalp massage on yourself to a bunch of people, and they're like, yeah, just do this over the next several months and we're gonna check in with you at the end. Checked in with them at the end and they're like, how much do you think you did the scalp massage and how much do you think your hair grew? And like, that lacks so much specificity, and it's just people reporting what they think may or may not have happened. The good news is that people did feel like their hair grew more as a result of scalp massage. We don't know if that was a placebo or not because we didn't measure their hair growth, but we do know that people felt good about it, and that's actually kind of nice. And they did have a couple before and after pictures, not for everybody. They did have a couple before and afters, and they did look good. I still don't get it. Now, this last study I'm gonna talk about was really well done. Unfortunately, they only had 9 people, and that is a really small group, so it's a little bit weaker, but their methodology was good. They had a standardized scalp massage that they had everybody do for 4 minutes every day for 6 months, and then they evaluated the before and after, and they actually checked in, I think, quarterly as well. And while they did not find that there were any more new hairs growing or that the hair was growing any faster per month, they did find that the hair strands were thicker, and I have to read this part, I want to get it right. There was an upregulation of 2,655 genes and a downregulation of 2,823 genes. The hair cycle enhancing genes were among those upregulated, and hair loss related genes were among those downregulated, which basically means that their hair was more primed for hair growth as a result of the scalp massage. I wish that they'd done this on a bigger group size, but I am excited about those results. Also really interesting to notice that in the study, they did mention that, okay, blood flow might have played a factor in this, but we actually think that it was the stretching and pressing of massage on the hair follicles that really made the difference here. They did correlate better hair growth with scalp massage, but not necessarily because of blood flow. I feel like at the end of the day, we just don't know enough. We know that there can be benefits. We have seen some good things happen. We just don't have the concrete evidence and really followed through studies that I would want to see. Is scalp massage bad for your hair? No, it's actually very good for it, and we're going to be talking about that in a minute. Does scalp massage help your hair grow? Probably, a little bit. We don't know exactly how much or why, but probably. Is it fair to say that scalp massage definitely enhances hair growth and it should be used over any other modalities? Absolutely not. It's kind of part of this complete hair care breakfast, if you will. Does that make sense? I know that it's nuanced, but I did want to go in there and help to set some expectations. It's at least neutral to good when it comes to hair growth, but it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all or a golden ticket. And I wanted to make sure we had that expectation going in, because there are some really cool things that scalp massage does. So I would like to get into that. Something we don't talk about anywhere near enough is that hair care actually covers both the strands of your hair and the scalp on your head. Those two things require very different approaches. One is essentially skincare and one is strand care. And a lot of times we're focused on the strands. We're focused on making them shiny, helping them grow long, keeping breakage from happening, styling them the way that we want to. And I am all about some good strand care because that's 75% of what I do. But having a healthy, happy scalp is a big part of our overall hair care, because your scalp is the garden from whence your hair grows. It makes the strands. So you want to keep your scalp clean and happy, because it is also, rather unfortunately, kind of like a shag carpet. It is really easy for oil to get trapped in there, for dead skin to get trapped in there, for dirt and pollution and products to all just kind of get caught right up in there, right at the root, and make for what would be a really great rug cleaning video. And unfortunately, if you're not cleansing your scalp effectively, you can deal with some mild to more significant negative factors, like buildup on your scalp, weigh down, and that your hair weighs down very quickly and easily between washes, clogged follicles, inflamed follicles, dandruff, seborrheic dermatitis, overall irritation, impeded hair growth, and even possible hair loss. All of those factors would have to get kind of intense for the hair loss to happen, but we're gonna mention it. And this is where scalp massage comes in, because if you pair a scalp massage with your shampoo, you can get really, really great results and avoid some of those more negative possibilities. Because I think a lot of people, probably without knowing, they're getting their shampoo on their hands, they're going like this, and they're rub-a-dubbing, but they're not actually getting down to the skin of their scalp. Like, think about when you go to the salon and your hairstylist washes your hair for you, and then you all like the little scrubby dubbies with the shampoo, and then they rinse it super well. Your hair probably feels a little bit more like lifted and swishier than usual, and that's because they're doing a really good job of cleansing your hair for you. So I want to give you some ways that you can get that exact same feeling and that exact same clean at home. And some positive results you can get from that are things like less buildup, little to no irritation, more body in your hair, unclogged follicles, and better conditions for hair growth. So I'm gonna talk you guys through some ways that you can use scalp massage in your cleansing process, but before I do that, I have one more point. I am kind of always aware of how much stress I have going on in my body, in my mind, in my emotions, just as a person. And I'm assuming, given just everything about the world right now, you might be experiencing that as well. So when I started seeing things about stress reduction coming up in the research, I was like, tell me more. And turns out it's true. Scalp massage has specifically been shown to decrease the amount of norepinephrine, cortisol, and lower blood pressure. The study I'm sourcing for this one had 3 groups. The first group was the control group that got no massages, justice for them. Group 2 got a 15-minute scalp massage twice a week, and group 3 got a 25-minute scalp massage twice a week. And the results were what I just shared with you: norepinephrine and cortisol and blood pressure all lowered. But they also found that it significantly decreased activation of the sympathetic nervous system and increased activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, which loosely means that they were able to move away from fight or flight and into rest and digest, which we love to see. Now, to be fair, there are a lot of things that can help you move out of activation and into a more rest and digest place, and I really, really encourage you to look into that and find something that works for you, because that is what I want for all of you. For me, scalp massage has been a really great one because I really struggle with mindfulness practices. I have ADHD, so I have about 3 different trains of thought at any given point. I found that if I can find something that I am interested in, something that I get to move while I'm doing, and something that I can easily incorporate into my routine, I am likely to keep doing it, and that has been true with scalp massage, and that's why I wanted to share this one with you guys today, because it is a really effective way to kind of calm, and it's really easy to mix into your routine. So let me talk you through the scalp routines that have been working for me. We've got a 1 to 3 minute one that's just like really quick, doesn't take a lot of time, just and you're done. And we've got a little bit of a longer one you can do while you listen to relaxing music, watch your favorite TV show, whatever. Okay, this is my favorite thing that I've integrated into my routine. I've already been doing it for a couple of years, and I think I'm going to be doing it for ever. I'm gonna really recommend mixing this in with your shampoo routine, because the majority of us shampoo our hair at least weekly. It gives you a little chance to get all those benefits while you're doing something that you were already gonna do anyway. First, you're gonna take your shampoo and run it between your hands to disperse. Then you're going to apply it around your hairline, then split your hair in half and apply it down that part line in the middle. If you have a lot of hair, you could do 2 part lines down the middle. This way, when we massage the scalp, you're going to be getting shampoo on every little bit of your scalp. Then you're going to make bear claw hands and use the tips of your fingers, not your fingernails, in circular motions from your hairline to the back of your head. And as you're doing that, you want to make sure that you're reaching under your hair and physically touching the skin on your scalp. We don't want our hands on top of the hair. We are reaching in and raking fingers through. And I like to kind of start up at the top and bring my hands together on top, and then a little bit further back, and then a little bit further back, like I'm making like a little sunburst around my ear. until I have scrubbed every bit of my scalp. That might sound time intensive. I can do this in about 30 seconds. Once you finish shampooing, you can go ahead and rinse the shampoo back out. And this next step is actually very important as well, because you want to make sure that you are very thoroughly rinsing every bit of shampoo out of your hair. So I actually like to go back through and do the massage just very quickly over again, because that way as I'm putting my fingers into massage, I'm picking up the hair and it makes it easier for the water to get down to my scalp and rinse everything back out. You also want to notice whether there's areas on your scalp that aren't being easily hit by the flow of water. For me, this little area somehow always misses getting fully rinsed if I don't take an extra step. So what I do is I bring my fingers into the nape of my neck, I lift up my hair away from my scalp and point my chin down. And then the water hits it and I can feel the water running down that area of my scalp and cleansing everything, and I've noticed a lot less buildup and like easy way down in this area since I've started doing that. And that's the 1 to 3 minute cleansing routine that I do literally every time I wash my hair. It takes a lot longer to explain than it does to do. I do hope you try it because it makes a huge difference, and I don't wash my hair without doing it. And now onto our longer massage routine. This one is a lot more for relaxation, for helping with that blood flow, relieving some tension. And if you want to, you could even add in an oil if you want to help kind of moisturize and nourish your scalp as well. But you can also totally do this on a dry scalp. I guess to show you guys this one, I'm gonna need to take the extra hair out. Our first motion is to just gently run your fingers over your scalp. You can use your fingernails really, really lightly if you want to, or just the tips of your fingers, and you're literally just kind of waking the skin up. You can do any direction you want. I kind of like doing these little crisscrosses, literally touching the skin of your scalp all the way through. And you can do any of these steps as long as you want to. Next, we're gonna gently move the scalp to help start loosening it up a little bit. And for this one, you're going to grab a section of hair very lightly. This should not pull at all. You're gonna use it just as kind of a little handle to move your scalp in a circle. But you're just grabbing and stretching and moving your scalp around. Notice that my hands are all the way in my hair, right at the root. You can't even see them on top. And that's just helping to make sure we're getting all the way in there. Oof, my scalp is all tingly, I love it. Next, to get into a little bit more pressure, you're gonna take the tips of your fingers and go in circles on your scalp. You only have muscles really up through here and then through here, not so much in this back area of your head. And so in here, we can work on loosening up the muscles. Back here, we're just helping to loosen up the scalp a little bit. And just so everyone knows, I am not a masseuse. Did learn a little bit about this in Cosmo School, and I watched a lot of videos to learn some techniques that I love. And these are the ones I keep coming back to. So now I'm back in the nape of my neck, and this is an area that holds so much tension for me, so I'm really taking my time back here. And now for our max amount of pressure, you're going to interlace your fingers and use the heels of your hands in circular motions against your scalp to really get in there and knead into that. This can be as much or as little pressure as you enjoy. As you're doing this, you wanna make sure that you're not like really rubbing the hair strands against your scalp a whole lot. You wanna plant those palms in place and manipulate from there, and you shouldn't feel a whole lot of moving over the surface of your hair. A little bonus you can add on to this technique is to do the same thing, but using your thumbs against your temples. And then I'm gonna put my hair up so you can see this one. Do the same thing in the back, interlacing my fingers and using my thumbs right along the ridge of my skull. I like to really go along the whole line of it and then focus anywhere that feels like it needs a little extra. And now we're almost there. We're gonna step off the pressure a little bit and do what I call zigzag fingers. So you're gonna run your fingers across your scalp and like you're interlacing them, but you stop right when they're zigzagged. I feel like this is just a nice way to move that energy that just got picked up by doing all those really pressureful movements. Just move it all around and smooth everything out. If you decided to do your temples and your neck in the last step, make sure that you're going over those as well. For our last step, we're just gonna go back to that first technique where you're just running your fingers over your scalp. This is just like letting everything kind of go back to the baseline, move everything back, re-enter our normal headspace. And that's the longer routine. You can do this a couple times a week or really however often you want to, and you can omit any steps that you want as well. I do recommend doing this before you wash your hair because it will move the natural oils around a lot more, and so you might find that your hair looks oily a little bit faster when you do this. And those are the benefits of scalp massage and some routines that I love to use. I really love that you can get a little bit of, accentuation in your hair growth maybe, but even more than that, a really, really healthy scalp and kind of move from a little bit more stressed to rest and digest. We all deserve that, and that is what I want for all of you. I hope that you enjoyed this mix of like science and hair care and a little routine in there as well. I had a fun time doing it. And before I go, I have a question for you guys. What is your biggest hair concern at the moment? It can be hair care or hair styling. Either one, and I'd love to know. But all that said, that is it for today. So whether you're old or new or a casual lurker, thank you for spending time with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah! Bye! And to take our fingers. Oh, Lord have mercy. Today drained me. What'd you do? I talked to a camera? You know when you drink just one sip of coffee too many and inside your brain it's just like a conga line through liminal space? That's what's happening right now.